Hey, welcome to this video. And I know that you're here today because you are struggling with trying to reach your goals and show up differently in the world. And I'm here to shed some light for you, share my light with you. And so when we are trying to step into a new version of ourselves, we actually need to raise up our frequency, because where we're sitting right now at this lower frequency, there's lots of different patterning and beliefs and all of those things that are happening at this one level. And we need to raise up a level so those things aren't happening anymore. Okay, so what that looks like is we have developed certain patterning and beliefs through our whole life. And what's happened is when you do the same thing over and over again, it actually develops neurological pathways in your brain. And so when that happens, it's really, really challenging to change those pathways just by doing one thing, like saying affirmations or trying to think more positively. What needs to happen is you need to actually step into a whole new version of yourself so that you can create new neurological pathways so that you can actually fully step up to that next level. And so how that looks is actually changing those neurological pathways by doing things differently in your life. And so that's in bringing in all the five senses and bringing in new stimulation for those to activate new neurological pathways. So think of it this way. If you always drive the same way to work every single day, you're not developing new neurological pathways. If you're eating the same food every single day because it's just so much easier because you know how to make it and you just prep out all your food, you're not developing new neurological pathways by doing something different and by tasting different foods, right? Do you see what I'm getting at here? And so I want to take this into a different perspective. And this is my background, personal training, health and fitness. And so when you take a look at the body, if you go to the gym and you do the same exercise routine every single day, you're going to get results, but then eventually things are going to plateau. Because you've developed those neurological pathways, they're going from point A to point B, right? And if you want to step into point C, you can't do the same things that took you from point A to point B, right? And so you need to go ahead and step into new routine, try new exercises, just throw different things in there, whether it be different reps, whether it be increasing the load, whether it be training at a different time of day, whether it just being completely different exercises. Just changing it up is going to help you reach those goals. And so my past has actually been training people in CrossFit. And the great thing about that training is the adaptations were changing all the time. So people were developing new neurological pathways every single day. And so where they were going from point A was actually point A to point Z, right? And so that is because things were changing every single day and they weren't getting stuck into the same patterning over and over again. So I want you to take a look at your life and see what can you do differently. So for instance, yesterday I went and I bought some new essential oils. So adding in new smells that I had never smelt before, just to change things up. So when you're doing all those things like the affirmations, the positive thinking, and you go ahead and you add a next level of changing a neurological pathway of a different sense, then it's going to help you shift quicker into that new frequency, that new way of being, that empowering way of being. Whether it be even putting on a shoe on the opposite foot that you normally put on first, or brushing your teeth with another hand, dressing completely different than you normally would. eating different foods. Like, you get what I'm saying here is you need to change things. You can't stay in the same patterning. So if you want to step into being fully empowered, you need to try different things to raise your frequency. So find out, like, what kind of things are going to raise my frequency? What things make me feel good? And then changing it up and doing it differently. You know, whether it be driving to work and you want to drive a completely different route because you love looking at the scenery. And so do that instead, right? That's going to raise your frequency. Whether it being going out and buying some new clothes, right? Because those things are new things for you and you feel good when you wear them. I hope this helps you to step into a new frequency and take you out of that place of feeling stuck and struggling in this energy, right? So much magic on the other side of stepping into all 5 senses at a new frequency. Thank you for joining my video.